So, how does somebody truly forgive themselves? I mean, really forgive themselves. Some of the strategies somebody can use for self-forgiveness are: 1. You can think back to what had happened. Think back to a time in your life when you felt safe and cared about somebody. 2. Remember the event. Try remembering the event that happened, how it happened, what happened exactly. 3. Don't avoid guilt. Acknowledge what you felt during that time. Take responsibility of what had happened. Don't ignore it. Accept that it happened. 5. Try to repair the damage. If you can. If you cannot, just accept it and move on to what you can do. 6. Have empathy for more than yourself. Have empathy for more than yourself. Because this is very important. You have to put yourself in your own shoes in order to see yourself properly, to accept what had happened to you, acknowledge it, and allow it to flow, and then forgive yourself. That's how people can do self-forgiveness. So welcome back if you're coming back, and welcome to the channel if it's your new time. If you're new, the purposes of the channel are just to share out whatever is happening in our lives, and share out ideas, share out lessons, guidance from God. And I really appreciate each and every person who comes by. You are appreciated. Thank you for passing by. So today I really got a very, very trying time. I had to wake up very early in the morning and go and have an examination. I was having a test, but I failed the test, and I was shocked. Yes, and then I called up my therapist, and as we were speaking, I told her that I don't understand how I am feeling right now, because I I'm supposed to be disappointed. I am disappointed, but I'm not really feeling that disappointment. At the same time, it's like I'm not really aware about what had really happened, because I could not believe that it had happened, that I could have made a mistake, and that costed me a failure. And she said that is just a part of self-defense. You're just trying to have self-defense, because before me there was another candidate who was also doing the test, and she also failed, and she was sitting there crying, and I'd been watching her, and I was thinking, oh my God, that could be me. And I guess subconsciously I had already accepted that I was going to fail, and that is exactly what had happened. Thoughts become reality. And subconsciously I had accepted that I was defeated, and it ended up being just that. And yet I was not really defeated. I just accepted being defeated. There's a story about miners who were mining somewhere in some part of the world, and they had spent a lot of money with mining in order to find gold. But they couldn't find any gold, and they were doing it for a long time. And then one day they just decided, no, we are not getting anywhere, and they left everything. Then somebody came and overtook whatever they had been doing, and they found out that it was only 1 meter away from the gold. They left. They felt defeated just when they were just 1 meter away from the gold. and somebody else took that gold. And I guess that's just what happened to me. I was just a few centimeters away from reaching my goal, and I already accepted defeat, and I shouldn't have. Because my instructor was trying very hard to support me, and I'm thankful and grateful for him. But I guess it was fated to be that way, because I ended up accepting that I was already defeated, and I just left everything. Only later on to realize that I had been on the right track all the time, and I should have just given myself just one more push in order to have reached my goal. So I guess I behaved in a hasty manner, and that's what costed me the goal, and I ended up being like it was a failure. And maybe this is also a lesson to me, because I must have really, there is something behind this thing. There is a lesson I believe I'm supposed to learn from this, because I was fighting for this for a long time. And just when I'm about to reach my goal, I just it's not over. It's not over as yet, because I still have other chances. I can still redo the test. But I feel a mixture of emotions. I feel angry. I feel angry. I feel sad. I feel what can I say? Disappointed. I feel like should I be in depression? I feel like I want to cry. But at the same time, I keep asking myself, okay, you're going to cry. What are you going to cry for? For having feeling like you're failed? No, I've not failed as yet, because it's not the end as yet. I still have a chance to go about it. So it means that I'm not either, according to me, as I believe, and according to how God is guiding me, I believe I was not ready for that success as yet. Because there were times I'm entering a test and I'm believing that I will not pass the test, and then I just ended up passing the test. And this time I was having confidence that I was going to pass the test, but I ended up failing the test. And this is so weird. When you're expecting something and then it doesn't happen, I just wonder, how does somebody react to such kind of a situation? Because such things hardly happen to me, because I always try to have the foresight of what might happen in the future, but this time I didn't give it a thought at all. I was just going with the flow. And this is what happened. I failed. And it's part of life. And what do? We just move on. We fell down. Now we are supposed to get up and move on. Look forward. And that's just what I am guided to do. I need to look forward, because there's a lot of things which need to be done, and this is just one little failure, because there are so many successes coming on the way in the future. And this applies to everyone, not just me. We are not aware that our goal is just 1 meter away, and we just give up on things which we shouldn't be giving up on. And that's the lesson I got. Even before I started the exam, I was already defeated. Just like those men who, even before they got the gold, they already decided they were defeated and they lost their gold. After all that long time of struggling and turmoils and everything. So we need to. I also realized that I had to have self-forgiveness for myself, and I forgive myself for having for believing that I was already defeated when I wasn't. And I accept and I acknowledge that I live that and I experience that, and that is meant for my own good, because everything works out for us. Everything is working out for us. Everything has some kind of blessing hidden behind the scene. So those were some of the 6 steps somebody could use for self-forgiveness. 1. Think back to a time in your life when you felt safe and cared about someone. Remember the event. Don't avoid the guilt. Take responsibility. Try to repair the damage, and have empathy for more than yourself. And that's how you can have self-forgiveness, because you will accept, you will allow it to flow, and you will understand that it is happening for your own goodness. And that's what I'm guided to give out today, because it was funny as well as very sad. I felt really sad about losing what I had been fighting for a long time, but I have not lost it. There is still I still have a chance to get it. It's just that it must have been not the right time for it. I need more time, and I need to work more on that thing to master myself properly before I reach out over that, I guess. So I hope this helps somebody, and I hope everybody is having a good day. And if you're not having a good day and you feel you're like in a moody kind of a mood, just know it's temporary and it will go away. Because the situation I'm in right now, I was not in the same mood I was in the morning. In the morning, just after the failure, I was in a shock, which I was not aware of. When I came back home is when I realized what had happened, and that's when I started having a little bit of low vibration. But thankfully to the Most High, He always tries to guide us all, and I'm thankful and grateful that He guides me always. And I know I have to get up and move forward. I know I have to get up and do it again and again, even if it means doing it 1,000 times. You never give up, especially if you have a chance to do it. Maybe I just need to do it differently this time. And so I will learn. I hope everyone else also learns. So take care, everyone, and may God's blessings be with all of you. Till next time.